Mitosis is the term used to describe replication of cells, where the cells produced have the same number of chromosomes as the original cells. This means that if the cells originally had 2 sets of chromosomes, then the daughter cells have 2 sets of chromosomes. When we look at the cell cycle, most of the time of the cell is spent doing metabolism and making the different components that the new cells will use. The distinct phases of this are called interphase, followed by mitosis. Interphase is divided into G1, where the cell increases in size, then synthesis, in which the DNA is replicated, followed by G2, where the cell makes sure that everything is ready for mitosis. When you observe cells in interphase, there are very few visible changes. Most eukaryotic cells take somewhere between 8 minutes for very simple single-celled organisms to about 24 hours for more complex mammalian cells to complete the cell cycle. In general, higher plant cells take between 12 and 24 hours. The time spent in mitosis is normally about 10% of the total time. Mitosis is divided into 5 phases, followed by cytokinesis. Each phase has distinctive features among them. First phase is prophase. Chromosomes cannot function without having the strands separate, and cells cannot replicate with the strands separated, so the nucleic acid condenses into the chromosomes during prophase. Prometaphase. In order to separate the now condensed chromosomes, a network of microtubules begins to extend from the centrioles to the chromosomes, attaching at the centromeres of the replicated chromosomes. In order for the microtubules to be able to do this, the nuclear membrane must dissipate. Metaphase. Since the chromosomes are pulled by both sides, they arrive at the center of the cell. Meta stands for middle, so in this phase the chromosomes align in the center of the cell. In anaphase, the 2 halves of the replicated chromosome separate and the microtubules shorten, which pulls the separated chromosomes to the opposite sides of the cell. Telophase is basically the reverse of prophase, with the chromosomes decondensing and the nuclear membrane reestablishing. Cytokinesis, or cell division, is where the cells physically separate into 2 new functioning cells. In plants, this occurs by the formation of a new cell wall and the invagination and separation of the cellular membrane, creating 2 new cells. The process of mitosis is very important as it continues the passage of genetic material to the daughter cells so that each one can be a copy of the mother cell. This allows the cells to be able to do everything that the original cell was able to do. Mitosis is a process that goes on all the time. Think of the number of times it goes on in your body every second. How many times did it go from the time a tree started out as a small seed only to grow into a magnificent tree dozens of meters in height?